What's up? Welcome back. I'm Brian. This is Trifectahandgun. Let's get started. This is video number 3 in our Hybrid Hunter Getting Started series. So if you have not watched the first 2, please go back and do that before you watch this one, or it probably won't make a whole lot of sense to you. So in the first one, we set the rest up. We pulled it out of the box, so to speak, and just set it up. In the second one, we kind of got you set up to taking the shot. And this video is going to be talking about a process for going through a checklist. And what I do every time I shoot, I have this checklist that I use to take me through the process. And why is a checklist important? How many of you have gone to the driving range and you just buy a bucket of balls and you rake one over onto the mat, hit it, rake another onto the mat, hit it, without giving those golf balls really a whole lot of thought or a name to each shot, without going through a list, so to speak, of setting up your body and your stance and everything to the shot before taking it. That's what we want to do when we're shooting any sort of gun, a handgun, a long gun, whatever, is we want to go through that checklist. And if you don't make one and put it on a piece of paper, it's hard for you to, or harder for me anyway, to go through that same set of 6 bullet points. That's what I have here. So I think it's super important, and I hope you guys do too. So make one. You don't have to make the same checklist I have, but just make one and go through the shooting process. So here we go. I'm going to take you through my list, and then we're going to take 5 shots. It's 50 yards, so you guys can judge whether I do any good or not at 50 yards. I'm going to tell you this much. We're going to do a little editing between shots because I don't just sit down and take 5 shots. I rest a little bit in between, and you guys don't want to watch me rest, right? Because it's a video. So let's go through my process, and then you guys, right after this video, make your own process. You can use some of my bullet points or all of them, or you can totally make your own. But please make this checklist. I think it's super important. It helps me, and I know it will help you too. So the first one is called legs on legs, and what that means is I'm going to take my legs, I'm going to take my left leg and put it over the left leg of the tripod and on the front. And I talked about this before, but this is just how I'm going to set up, whether it's a paper target or a deer shows up. I want to quickly go through these same things. Now, just one point to make here. You're not always going to have time to go through this whole checklist when a game animal shows up. It doesn't work like that in real hunting, does it? Sometimes it shows up and you're like, oh gosh, there's a deer, I have 5 seconds to get a shot off. And if it's 50 yards away and in, who really cares about going through all this that we're going to talk about? You can just put the gun up there, squeeze and make the shot, you're going to kill it. Okay, so this checklist is for punching paper and long extended hunting shots where you have a little bit of time. So that's what it's all about here. We're going through everything to get you set up when you have time. So let's get back into it. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. So legs on legs is the first one. Left leg, right leg. I want to be putting weight into all 3 tripod legs, my own weight. You're taking yourself with you all the time, so you might as well use your body to its maximum potential and put some of your weight into the foundation of your rest. So the next one is I'm going to fluff up the bag. I just want to get the bag nice and flat, spruce it up and then fluff it up kind of like you would your bed pillow at night. So get that control freak bag nice and flat. The third part is settle in the butt of the gun. So I'm going to put my gun on the rest, exact same place every time, and I'm just going to give it a little jiggle back and forth. just to kind of nest the butt of the gun into the bag, and it really helps me get the same process, the same feel every time. The next thing is grip position and pressure, and this is, if I could put a star next to a bullet point, this would be it. I want to get the exact same feel, the exact same amount of pressure on all of these fingers, my thumb, and the heel of my hand. I want that to run right along the back of the gun there. I want to feel that same thing, same place every time. So kind of concentrate on that with your brain, getting that to the same exact place. The next part is, I'm going to actually cock the trigger at this point. The next part is chin on the arm, the next bullet point. So I'm going to take my chin and put it on my right arm. Again, that's just for consistency. And once I do that, I'm going to squeeze through the shot. I want to go back to something. We talk about grip position and pressure. I just spoke about my gun hand here. The other hand, the left hand, is going to go on the grip of the handgun rest, and that should be exactly the same way also. So grip it the same amount, rest your forearm on the rest at the same spot, same place every time. Now I have my gun already cocked. I'm going to rest my chin on my arm. And when I do this, the second part of this bullet point, just in my head, is I'm going to work on those crosshairs. Getting them nice and level and flat. Now the last bullet point is squeezing through the shot. And here's what I mean by that. I think a lot of shooters and target, people in target practice, they squeeze and the gun goes off and they kind of flinch and it's just done there. What I want to do is I want to pretend I'm on a roller coaster, so I'm on my way up. It's getting scarier and scarier as it gets higher and higher. I'm coming over the top. I'm at the peak of my scariness level right now, and it goes down after the gun goes off. I still want to be in the moment as the roller coaster is going down. So bam, pull the trigger and it's going down. I don't just squeeze to it, because I think if you squeeze to it, you're asking for flinching and you're trying to peek and see what happened. Especially if you're shooting at game animals, you want to see how they react. So I'm going to squeeze through the shot even when it goes off, and I stay into it. Yep, that one's way low. Okay. Well, you guys see where they all went. Everything's just a little bit low, but you see three of them are right there, kind of touching each other on the low right side of the target. So what I'm going to do is just take those three as my 3 out of 5 good shots. So I'm going to give it a couple clicks up, probably 2 or 3 clicks up, and then 1 click to the left. And then the next time I come out, I will just adjust accordingly. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and give somebody some of your positive energy today.